Hey, welcome to Graphic Policy Television, GPTV. I'm Brett. In my hands is Star Wars Guardians of the Whills manga adaptation. It adapts the story of the novel by Greg Rucka. I haven't read that novel, so I have no idea how well it compares to it, but kind of digging. This was actually, it's pretty solid. So, published by Viz Media, adapted by Jon Tsuei, illustrated by Subaru. This takes us to Jedha. That very important religious area that played a pretty big role in Rogue One, and two well-known characters from that. It's good. Like, it's a really interesting story about the oppression in Jedha. It visits Baze and Chirrut before they meet the Rebellion story member, so it's a prequel to Rogue One. It's pretty solid. So the reason I like it, I think it's interesting, is that there's a lot of debate about what to do about the Empire's occupation of Jedha. Of course, you got Saw Gerrera, and you got these two, and you get the people of Jedha, and it's extremes. There's a lot of variations in thought as to what should be done concerning things, and I think the issue, or the manga, does a really solid job of not just giving us some action, not just like taking us into the world, but also showing us the repercussions and the impact of decisions. So when they attack the Imperials of course take out their revenge, which then leads to kids being orphaned, and then that means more materials have to be stolen for the kids to be taken care of, which only pisses off the Imperials even more, which then has them taking doing more to the people of the area. I mean, it's just this really interesting exploration of the cyclical nature of things. And there's also a lot of really interesting thing about faith, and this kind of discussion of this belief in the Force, and the Force has a plan. And I think there's some interesting debate, not really debate, it kind of dances around it, of like, if the Force has a plan and these people are oppressed and the Empire's doing these horrible things, doesn't that make that the Force's plan? And what sort of plan is that? Like, is the Force really a good thing if this is its plan? And to me, it's a really interesting debate. It's a really interesting discussion, and I think the manga does a pretty solid job of exploring that. The story does a good job of exploring that. So I like it. I think as a Star Wars fan, like, it's not full of action. It's not, there's not moments I'm going to sit there and say, oh, it's super exciting and all that, but there's a lot of thought put into it. There's a lot of things thrown out there to have the reader kind of debate about internally, to think about these actions and their impact. So in that way, I think it's really, really solid, and I like it a lot. If you're a Star Wars fan, I think you'll probably dig this, especially if you're a Rogue One fan. The art is pretty good. The characters, are recognizable. They obviously differ a little bit from their Rogue One versions, but as far as a depiction of the actors, it's pretty good. There's a lot of familiar stuff that you see character-wise, design-wise, and it does good. Like, it's pretty good overall. So yeah, I like it. I think there's, as a Star Wars fan, someone who enjoys Star Wars stories, I think it's a good entry. Like, I haven't read the novel, so I can't really compare it to that. But as far as a manga, as far as read, like, I enjoyed it. I picked it up myself and had no regrets buying it. Like, it has me really thinking about these two characters and their beliefs, and putting your faith in religion, or I guess putting your hands in faith, when you have impossible odds put in front of you. I think it's a really interesting concept. So, out now, you can go get it. It is in comic shops. We got a link beneath this video. Put in your zip code, tell the comic shops near you. No shop, no problem. We have some links. They'll probably be affiliate links, so we get a small percentage. By doing that, you'll support our site. So thank you for that. And speaking of support, just watching our videos support us, so thank you for that as well. If you're into manga, if you're into comics, if you're into Star Wars, check us out every single day at graphicpolicy.com. We're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Tumblr, all at Graphic Policy, keeping it nice and consistent. So until next time, keep reading those comics. and keep it geeky. Hey, thanks for watching the previous video from Graphic Policy Television. Just by watching, you help support our site. Thank you so much. Now, if you're watching these videos, you probably care about geeky things like movies, television, comic books, toys, games, video games, you name it. You can go and subscribe right now to our YouTube channel to stay in touch and catch all the new videos, or check out our website at graphicpolicy.com. There's a nice link on this end of the video. But as always, thank you for watching. Keep on rocking and keep it geeky.